Hello friends, today we are going to see very important unit, that is a tense. Tense plays very important role in English grammar. So, English tenses are tools to help speakers to express time in the language. They are of great use and importance in both ways of communication, verbal and written. There is no denying the fact that the English language has become the dominant language around the world. Since it is also important as a global language of business, it is necessary to develop the effective communication skills of English language. Effective communication skills of English language are necessary for the people of all professions. The concept of English verb tenses is very important in establishing effective communication. Hence, if you want to maintain both ways of communication better, that speaking and writing, you need to gain mastery over English tenses, because a command of 12 basic tenses of English language will aid you immensely in gaining effective communication skills. So let's start basics of tense. So first part is basic elements of sentence. Let us take one example. I eat a banana. Watch this sentence carefully. Here are 4 words. I eat a banana. Now, if we are going to observe I, here we will find I is doing action. So, it is called as subject because I is action doer. Who eats a banana? I eat a banana. Now, second word is eat. All of you know that eat is a verb. Okay? So, verb occupies the most significant place among all parts of speech. As it is the backbone of any sentence, which should make sense and serve the basic purpose of correct expression of thought or action. Here action word is very important. So, action of eating is going on, and that is why eat is a verb. I is a subject. And now third is a banana. So a banana, the action is taking place on banana. So a banana is object. So there are 3 words: subject, verb and object. So I is the subject, it is a verb and a banana is object. Now second thing, structure of sentence in English. Let us take an example. He plays cricket. So here, who plays cricket? He. So he is a subject. Now what he is doing? He plays. So action is denoted by plays. So verb is plays. And what he is doing? He plays cricket. So cricket is object. So subject plus verb plus object is the structure of sentence in English. That is SVO structure. Subject, verb and object. Remember that structure of sentence in English is different from structure of sentence in Marathi. We are using SOV structure in Marathi, while in English we are using SVO structure. Now forms of verb. So here I have taken eat word, and it is a root verb. So it is called as verb 1 form or V1 form. Now past tense of eat is ate, A-T-E. So past tense form is called as verb 2 form or V2 form. If we are using past participle form of eat, we are using word eaten, E-A-T-E-N. So that is called as verb 3 form or V3 form. And when we are adding ing as a suffix to it, we are getting eating, and that is called as present participle form, and it is called as V4 or verb 4 form. So V1 eat, V2 ate, V3 eaten, and V4 eating. So in V1 we are taking root verb, in V2 we are taking past tense, in V3 past participle, and V4 main verb plus ing, that is present participle. Now what are the types of verbs? Mainly there are 3 types of verb, and the first type of verb is a regular verb. So if we are going to take the word work, what is the past tense of work? That is V2 form. Yes, worked. And what is the V3 form, past participle? It is also worked. So when V2 and V3 form are same, such kind of verbs are called as regular verbs. Take an second example of play. Now if we are taking play as an example, what is the past tense of play? It's played. And what is the past participle? Played. Okay. So when we are taking play or work, the past tense form and past participle form are the same, and that is why they are called as regular verbs. Now let us take another example. If we are taking eat as an example, past form of eat is A-T-E, ate, and V3 form or past participle form is eaten. So V2 and V3 forms are different from each other, and that is why such verbs are called as irregular verbs. Now take second example, sing. What is V2 form of sing? Sang. And what is V3 form of sing? Sung. So both are different, and such verbs are called irregular verbs. Third form is auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs are also called as helping verbs. They are used together with the main verb to show the verb's tense or to form a negative or a question. The most common auxiliary verbs are have, be, and do. Let's take an example. I am eating a mango. Here, I is a subject and eating is a main verb. And what I am eating? A mango. So, a mango is object. So, I is subject, eating is a verb, and a mango is object. But here, am shows the tense of the particular sentence, that the sentence is in present tense, and that is why am is called helping verb or auxiliary verb. Second example is I am a teacher. Now here there is a no verb. Main verb is not there. But because of am, I have completed my sentence and sentence become meaningful. So such verbs are called as helping verbs. Now what are auxiliary verbs? So they are of 3 types: to be is helping verb, to have helping verbs, and to do is helping verbs. So to be is helping verbs in present tense are am, is, and are. In past tense was, were, and in future tense shall and will. To have helping verbs in present tense have and has, and in past tense had. And to do's helping verbs in present tense do and does, and in past tense did. So to be's helping verbs am, is, are, was, were, shall, will. To have helping verbs have, has, and had, and to do's helping verb do, does, and did. So now personal pronouns. So all of you know that pronoun is a part of speech, and what do you mean by pronoun? The word which we use instead of noun is called as pronoun. So personal pronouns are short words used to represent people or things. So they are in singular and plural forms. So in singular I and in plural we. I and we are called as first person pronoun. Why they are called as first person pronoun? Because suppose I am talking about myself, I am using the word I. And suppose in plural, if suppose I am talking about all the person including me, which word or which pronoun I will use? We. And that's why I and we are called as first person pronoun. Now you and you. Suppose you are in front of me and I am talking with you. Whenever I want to address you, I will use you as a pronoun. And this is second person, because in communication two persons are necessary. First person sender. So first person I and second person is you. Okay. So you and you second person. And in third person, suppose you and I am talking, but we are talking not about me, not about you, but we are talking about the third person. So which pronoun I will use? He, she, and suppose thing is there, then it, and in plural I will use they. So such pronouns are called as third person pronouns. So thank you so much. I hope this is enough for basic of tense. We will learn tense in next video. Thank you so much.